There are important agencies in each level of government in the criminal justice system. First, in the federal section, there is overall 65 federal agencies, but there are 4 that are key. First, in the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which is important because it controls and protects the nation's borders. It works to protect the U.S. from acts of terrorism and reduce our vulnerability through a multi-level inspection process. Second is the Federal Bureau of Prisons, which is important because it protects society from confining offenders in the controlled environment of prisons and community-based facilities that are safe, humane, cost-efficient, and secure. It overall assists offenders into becoming law-abiding citizens. Third is the FBI, which has the key role of focusing on threats that challenge our society or consist of dangers too large for any local or state authority to handle alone. It produces and uses intelligence to protect the nation and brings justice to offenders. Fourth is the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is the principal investigative arm of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Their key role is to promote homeland security and public safety through enforcement of federal laws. Also, branching off from the federal section is the federal court system, which begins with the Supreme Court. 3 parts of the Supreme Court involve the Court of Appeals for Federal, and Court of Military Appeals. The Court of Appeals contains the 94 district courts, including the 3 territorial courts, or basic federal trial courts, and then the U.S. State Tax Court. The Court of Appeals for Federal branches into 3 different courts involving the Court of International Trade, Court of Federal Claims, and Court of Veteran Appeals. Lastly, the Court of Military Appeals branches into the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Coast Guard's Court of Military Review. Next, we go into the state and local level agencies. Overall, there are more than 17,000 state and local law enforcement agencies. The key ones are local police, state police and highway patrol, special jurisdiction police, and deputy sheriffs. First is local police. This agency consists of municipal, county, tribal, and regional police. Their key purpose is to uphold laws of jurisdiction, provide patrol, and investigative local crimes. Second is the state police and highway patrol. Often state police perform duties to include highway patrol and statewide investigations. They also assist the local police with investigations and emergencies that extend beyond the resources and jurisdictional boundaries of the local agency. Then is the special jurisdiction police, which provides police services for the defined areas within another jurisdiction, including parks, schools, transportation, hospitals, and etc. This agency is generally full-service departments offering the same as local police. Lastly is deputy sheriffs. Generally, sheriff's offices are granted authority by the state to enforce state law at the local county level. Deputies commonly run the local jail, serve warrants and court summons, and respond to calls for service in areas outside local police jurisdictions. Also, branching off from the state and local section is the state courts, which include trial courts of limited jurisdiction or misdemeanor courts, trial courts of general jurisdiction, intermediate appellate courts, which are in 39 of the 50 states, and finally the court of last resort, or the state Supreme Court.